Hi everyone, today is Sunday, September 2nd, and I just wanted to do a short video about this topic called sex offenders. You know, there's no such thing as level of sex offenders. When you actually commit an act where there was no consent to touch someone, um, that's inappropriate. And I think for people that do this thing, you need to try and understand how that makes a person feel. Um, myself, when and this video was inspired by actually Uniquely Bright. She made this video about sex offenders, and somebody had asked her to comment on that topic. And I was listening to what she was saying, and you know, I said to myself, like, it's something that we definitely have to talk about because, it's not a nice thing. Um, the situation that happened to me, I didn't even know that at the time that's what was happening to me because I was very young and very tender, and I still am very tender, but not bimboish, and I was never bimboish. But when I actually read about this stuff, and how there was a lot of inappropriate um, uh, sexual touching related to slavery and rapes and violences and sort of exploitation of the black woman's body to produce more babies and commodities to make money. That whole systemizing thing of violence also has to be actually factored in the black community. And when you go through an experience like that, like I'll share my personal experience because, quite frankly, I came from very, very dysfunctional upbringing and just a lot of slavery, colonization residue. And nobody actually made or took any sort of initiative to educate themselves as well. Um, and so, anyways, I just read about stuff over the years. And, you know, when you do stuff like that, it actually feels, it makes one feel away. And, for many years, like, I didn't want anybody touching my body, um, and it's like when you're supposed to feel, you don't even want to feel because you have like reminders of this disgusting thing happening to you. And I should have been able to speak to somebody about this, but I just never had the opportunity. And when I see, for example, um, how social constructs a lot of different things related to, let's say, for example, all this violence towards Aboriginal women in Canada, I don't really have trust in the system. And, you can watch some of my videos about, racial profiling, many different sophisticated forms. We have to also contextualize how we can actually move forward from these types of violences. Now, you know, uh, I'm not sort of sexually confused or anything like that. I know what I love, but it's like you have to just take the time to try and understand stuff, and then you move on from it. But I realize that there's different levels of stuff, and I shouldn't even say levels because I think everyone's experience matters. Um, and just this idea that you can just touch someone without asking them their permission and giving them an option to actually say no or yes is another thing. I mean, I don't like strangers just touching me like this, and like it depends. Like, for example, if somebody is saying, okay, good job or whatever, they'll just say, okay, good job. But for example, some people will say, oh, good job, and then their hand kind of slips close to your sensitive areas, and I find that really offensive. As a matter of fact, I stop it before it even happens. And you know, men, my message is in particular to men. Men, you have to actually address men who do this stuff. Um, some men are really slick, And there's only so much that a woman can do. And a woman has been violated. It's time for the woman to move on. And but it's time for men to also address the violation. And in your world of stuff, I love men. I'm not, like I said, confused or want to sample, buy, or no. That's not me. Um, Men, you have to address this as well. You can't stay silent on this. And, you also have to let us know how you actually address sexual violence, in this manner. Um, in like texts and stuff, like write books about how men actually address men who are sort of in this mode that it's okay to inappropriately touch a person, um, of all ages. So that's just some of my thoughts in response to this video by Uniquely Bright. And, thanks.